Hey, everybody. Welcome to Big Nasty Saturday Night Hangout. Hit it, Stevie.
Nice.
We're
classing up this place.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great, having a good Saturday night, holiday weekend. It's been a good day for me for sure. So, how's everybody doing?
Doing real good.
You guys doing good? Matt, what are you doing, buddy? Get in here. But yeah, we got Adam from Up and Adams here, and Stevie D, and Johnny. He's going to get something real quick. While he's gone, we'll say hi to the chat real fast. We'll say old Matt likes comics. Old Matty Matt. We got Mr. Richard himself. There's old Comic Mike. Hey, Comic Mike. And then I think Derek was actually in here first. Yeah, he was in here first. Hey, Derek. Glad you guys are here. And Jason Jones.
That's one of my good friends. So, hey,
Is
Jason.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Jason's a hell of an artist, too.
Oh, awesome. But, yeah, just hanging out here, sorting through the daily haul. I got too much, but that's how it goes sometimes, so.
I did the same thing when I went out because I don't go out all the time like you guys do. So when I go out, I go a little hog wild,
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all, so. But, yeah, we'll get it going here, just chatting and hanging out. So nothing pressing, nothing going on. Anybody got anything they want to talk about or?
If I can start, I don't want to put a weird damper on.
No, you were saying something about this earlier.
Yeah. So, I wanted to give some props and some thoughts out there. So, a really good friend of mine passed away last week, and there's Johnny. He put on Chonko's shirt.
In the wash. No. My Big Nasty's in the wash. So.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's not Chonko in case anybody wants to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, a good friend of mine passed away. I'm actually driving 4.5 hours tomorrow morning to go to his funeral, and I'm speaking at his funeral. But his name was Eric McConnell, and he was a good friend of mine growing up. He moved. I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, and he moved to my my town like during his junior year from Tennessee, and he was one of those people like if I know I had like another friend that was into comics. But it was kind of like it took us a while to realize like, oh, you also read comics because you had to be secretive about that stuff in the, in the early 80s.
Right.
But my friend Eric, like he didn't care. Like he let his freak flag fly, so he, he was talking about comics and X-Men, how much he loved it and stuff. And we were working together at Kroger, at a grocery store. And so we became good friends from that. And then he ended up, I was a year ahead of him, and he ended up transferring up to the college where I went to. So got to see him again in college. But it was kind of funny, like when we knew each other back in high school and early college, we were girl crazy, but we had no game, so we didn't have any skills to pull it off. But when he got up to JMU where we went, he ended up meeting somebody that became his wife, and he's just one of those really good guys. And he has 4 kids, 3. Well, 2 of them are high special needs kids, and one is going through like a transition right now, a gender transition, and one is going. It has a little bit mild autism and things like that. So his wife taking on all this is going to be a pretty big challenge. But where it kind of relates, definitely relates to the show. As a big comic person, he also wrote and drew his own indie comic, and Eric was a regular at Heroes Con. So if anybody's been at Heroes Con the last, probably like 7 or 8 years, if not more, Eric's always had a table there. So he's always been there, has a big Charlotte, North Carolina following. He also did like GalaxyCon in Richmond. He was at Baltimore Comic-Con last year. He was planning to be there. He was planning to be at Heroes and Baltimore this upcoming year. He was just at South Carolina Comic-Con just like a month or so ago. But he died of a heart attack very suddenly. He was on vacation in Aruba. So, he was having a good time with his wife and some of his closest friends. But what I wanted to do was just kind of give a moment to show some of the stuff that he has done that I have. And the first to talk about is this Remnant comic. So this is the comic that he put out. And it's and this is actually like, if this comic was done by a big indie creator, it would have a following. It's really good. I'm taking myself out of just knowing him. He really spent a lot of time like creating a world of everything, but it's definitely like a fantasy style, where it's kind of like a world where magic has been outlawed, and there's some people that can still wield magic, and they're being hunted down by the powers, in control and things like that. But he did 5 issues of this, and he just put together a trade paperback of it as well. But his plan was like the first 5 were going to be halfway through the story, and then he was, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with any of that. I'd love to pick up and continue, somehow to be able to share that story. But I just wanted to show, like, here's number 1 that he did.
How many of those did he have printed, Adam?
He had a good amount. So he financed all of this himself. He just, like indie people tend to do, is they make a bunch of comics and they make them, and then he was just selling them at cons. So, but he has one thing is funny. This is number 1, the original one, but as the story was progressing, he's got that little bit of OCD in him. And he made a special edition. He changed some of the wording in the panels because the character, it meant more if he changed some of the words to mean something else later on. And so he went back and redid number 1 just because he's insane like that. Here's number 2. And I know a lot of the people that like this kind of stuff. Well, in the back, he always puts like some history, but he did a whole map. Everybody likes those Conan maps. He did a whole map of that, and then talked about like the creative process and how he told the story through it and everything there. Here's number 3 and number 4. So I don't have a number 5. I hope I can get one at some point. I know he had them just debut at South Carolina Comic-Con, so he's planning on having those at Heroes as well. But I also have this is kind of cool. This is a print that he did for Hela. And what was kind of cool is he drew this with the Thor's hammer shattered.
Yeah.
He drew this before that movie came out.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So, you know, he was like, "Oh my gosh, they stole my idea," you know. But you know, he came up to my store a few years ago, or 2 years and 3 years ago for our free comic book day. So he was one of our guests that we had at our local comic shop, Secret Lair Comics in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And so he came up, would always stay with me. You know, if I went like Heroes last year, I went down, I stayed with him. You know, so we're pretty tight. But like one morning, I went out to get breakfast, and he was like, "Hey, I just did a little warm up sketch for you." So he did a little Dr. Doom for me.
That's awesome, man.
And then he did this one for, you know, as well. So this is a original,
Wow.
you know, 11x17 Dr. Doom.
That's freaking cool, man.
Yeah. So really talented. It was kind of funny last year at Heroes. He was so excited when he was first getting started in art. He was trying to you know, get critiques done and go to tables and see what people. So one of the people that he met early on was Michael Turner, and he was like, Michael Turner, you know, gave him some brutal feedback. Like, it's like almost made you want to quit. But, you know, but he was so glad about that. And then this past year at Heroes, he got to spend a lot of time with David Finch, and David Finch did a critique of his whole work and talked about how much he liked the book and what he was doing. And, you know, really he gave him a little bit of feedback, but it made him feel like he had really come a long way, you know, since those early days. Yeah. So I wanted to show that stuff. But one thing that I wanted to do, I went to my LCS today, and we had bought some copies of it, of Remnant from him when Eric was at our store. So I'd like to give away the #1 to somebody.
Oh, wow.
So I bought an extra copy of this. And so what I'd like to do, if people be willing to do it, is just put #friends, not to in the chat there. And once we get to a certain number, because Eric and I used to play D&D together some, I'm going to roll a D20 or D12 or something like that, however many people make those comments. And I'll just send this to someone. So yeah, Richard's got it down there, #friends.
There you go, buddy. Yeah.
Feel free, any of y'all want to participate, feel free to do so. But it's one of those reminders, you know, to reach out to your friends that you have, tell them how much you care about them. I love all you guys that are on here. So thanks so much for that. And I'll do a little drawing, you know, once we get a few check-ins there. But thanks so much for allowing me to have that opportunity to do that. But we're losing a good guy here, so hate to see him go. But yeah.
I'll take part.
That was cool, man.
That'd be awesome to have that book.
And I'm also drinking. He brought up a beer for me last time. I'm drinking. So we're doing, and actually today is actually Eric's. It is actually Eric's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. His funeral is tomorrow. I'm going to be speaking to the funeral, but we're having the like celebration of his life afterwards at this Armored Cow Brewing, which is a place he always went. Jason and some of us from Heroes, like when we went, we hung out with him, Eric and his family. But he brought me this beer one time that's like a Harley Quinn. It's called Big Little Monster. Barley Quinn is what it is.
Barley Quinn.
I'm going to drink that and cheers it up in my sexy, big, nasty cozy. So
hell yeah, buddy. Keeps them nice and cozy.
Yeah.
But hell yeah. For everybody in the chats, you know, #friends. There's 11 people, so it should just be 11. If everybody's still there.
Yeah, we could if we have. Let me see how many comments we have so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 9.
9. Okay.
So I got so far.
Okay. So
Outer Worlds here. That's 10.
Okay, I'll roll a D10. Here we go. I'm going to throw it up now.
I'm going Outer World. Glad you're here, buddy.
So I have this is kind of interesting, but I have the Headlopper. If anybody's read that comic by Andrew McLean, but he put out a set of D&D dice. And then I was at Heroes last year. He did a little sign and did a little sketch inside the box for me. So that was cool. All right, so I'm gonna roll it here. The winner is number 7, so 7 down.
The 7th.
So 1, 2. I have Brian LCS. Is that what you have? I think.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Okay, Brian. I'll shoot you a message just to get your address, and I'll get that sent out to you.
Matt said he ran out of cash at his con today. Buying all those FOMO books, huh, Matt?
What con did he go to?
Something up there in Canada, one of them small ones. I think one of those little small shows they go to up there in Ottawa, where him and Alan are from. I think that's where they're from, right? Is Ottawa.
I mean, isn't that the goal though? When you go to a convention, to spend all the money that you have allocated?
I didn't have to go to a convention today, Johnny. I spent all my money, man. I went to different comic shops. But I got some good stuff, though. I feel I got some good stuff. On top of that, my cousin coming to town today, one from DC, Jamie, and he brought me some books that he picked up for me. So I got some of those too. So, but yeah, we can start going around showing some books. If you guys want to show some books or show whatever you guys have collected in the last week or today or over.
I mean, I think I have the greatest book on the show.
You do. Hang on a sec.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah. Yep, I got those too, man. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you,
Johnny.
Yeah.
How many of those do you
the
have? That's what I saw Chonko got them.
Yeah, he sent me a
You got a
bunch.
package coming at them. You may or may not have a couple of Grixleys. It is the best worst art ever, and they're unreadable. I mean, they are unreadable. It's so bad. I tried, and I'm like, I mean, look, that's page 1. I don't know, you can see. There's so many words, and it's all handwritten letters.
They're so horrible. I love them, man.
Yeah,
It's such hot garbage. I love it.
and it's like an ash can size, but it's made out of like cardboard. But they're double. All of them have front and back. I mean, the art's actually it's bad good art. You know, it's like it's really good bad art.
That one you won in the yellow, your right hand. That one there, I love that one, man. That was
It's
awesome,
a cool cover. Well, it almost looks like a different artist did the back of it. I think he has like some guest artist do stuff. So I ordered 10 of these. Nate talked about them on his channel, on his new comics, and I'm like, I looked everywhere and immediately found the place I could buy these, and they were $3 a piece. So I spent $30. I bought 10 of them. The guy sent me like 50 books. He sent me 10 of these, a bunch of random other issues. I got a sticker that says "Have Sex." I mean, just all kinds of random, and it was in the absolute chonkoest packaging I've ever seen. It was wrapped in paper, and it had like a crappy cutout piece of cardboard on either side of it. I mean, it was fantastic. Like everything about it was awesome.
That is awesome.
It's one of the greatest purchases I've made this year.
I think I'm going to have to go out and come back in.
You can't hear us?
I can hear you, but I can't hear Johnny. I can.
Johnny came in last.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right.
So I got some other stuff too. It was pretty cool. So I picked this up So if you're in the Midwest, you probably have Meijer grocery store.
Yeah.
Some of you not in the Midwest may not have it. So I found this.
Oh yeah.
But it was a 10 for 10.
Oh wow.
That was the Walmart special, I think. wasn't it?
Right. So every one of these I opened was a 3-pack of Walmart. There was 3-packs of Walmart books at Meijer.
At Meyer.
But the cover
Did
was
somebody
this.
rob a truck? Like
It
what's
had the 10 for 10 logo, not the Walmart. And then when you opened it, it had, they're all the Walmart edition cover. I mean, they're not huge value, but I just thought it was funny that I bought $10. This is $10 worth of books. I mean, that first book alone's a $5 book.
Yeah. Cool.
So, and they were all, they're all the Walmart covers.
That's funny.
They just hid all the little, every one of the insides that had the plastic wrap that said Walmart on them. They had it hidden behind that first book. So a lot of Batman Eternal. But I don't care, man. 10 books for $10. Like, I'll hit that all day long. I was afraid they all had the same stuff in it, so I didn't buy more than one. But yeah, I was kind of surprised when I opened the plastic and I got the first book out, and then saw there were 3 individual packs, and it's like Walmart exclusives.
Do you have Ollie's where you're at over there, Johnny?
We do not.
Don't. Yeah, they used to be a good spot to go get those little packs. And last time I was in there the other day. They didn't have shit. I was disappointed. I was like, "Where's all your comics?" They're like, "I don't know." Yeah. They always had their trades and stuff like that. It's a good place to get trades too.
I saw something, I think, on eBay today that was talking about that, or on YouTube today that was talking about, like, I guess they're not doing comics anymore, because I've heard lots of great stories of people getting great pickups there. I don't know where there may be one near here. Somewhere. I just don't know where it is.
Yeah, I used to.
I've been here 8 years. I still don't know where anything in Chicago is. I know the city's like north and to the east a little bit, and I work a little bit less north and to the east. Beyond that, Ohio's that way, California's that way.
Yeah.
Well, here there's no cities in Chicago. Like, the only city in all of Chicago and northeastern Illinois is Chicago. All the rest are villages and townships. There are no cities, and there are, like, you go 4 blocks and you're in a new one. So, like, it's Orland Park and Orlando Park and Tinley Park and Lincoln. It's like, I don't know where shit is. I get to work and I come home. I don't go out much. I do know where. I did go to a comic book shop that I occasionally hit up today. I was showing you guys before, so I picked this up for $4.
That's awesome.
It's got Joe Rubenstein's signature on it for sure. I don't know. This may be, I don't know. It might be Klaus Jensen. And I think that might be Frank Miller, but I just don't know.
I've got a book signed by Klaus. I don't even know where it's at.
Well, the thing that's hard with Miller is, if you look at his signatures in like the 80s, it was like a very predominant F on the Frank. And then he got lazy. It's like 2 big circles. Yeah. So it's changed so much.
He's gotten so lazy about it.
But this has a ton of people that worked on it. I mean, there's a list of all the creators who worked on this book. Like, there's people I know that it's not. I know it's not J. Scott Campbell. I know it's not Sam Keith. It's not a Kubert. It's not Salvador LaRocca. It's not Jim Lee. It's definitely not Stan Lee or Todd McFarlane. And like I said,
Klaus. I don't think Klaus is on that.
He may not be.
His is more like flowery kind of writing.
Yeah, I like Rubenstein's because it's like, it looks like an 8-year-old drew their name, and you can just always tell when it's his, and that's his signature forever. Like, he doesn't vary. Yeah, I mean, I've seen him at a lot of conventions, and it's always the same. He always signs books in the same spot. If you get a Wolverine one, he almost always signs it across the top of his head. Unless other people have signed up there, then he'll sign on the claw, and that's it. That's all he does. So, I mean, for $4 though, it's like, well, I couldn't pass that up. Plus, it's a great book. I don't know if you've ever read it. It's like a 9/11 tribute book. Yeah. So I picked that up. I love the Sandman universe. I picked this one up.
Oh, cool.
This is the Dead Boy Detectives. I just thought it was a great cover.
That is cool.
I like a lot of the DC Black Label stuff. I'm not a DC guy. Don't tie me in with that group. I am a Marvel guy that likes some DC Black Label. 2 books that mean nothing to y'all, but they fill holes for me.
There you go.
2 newsstand copies I didn't have. I got the Australian version of this. I got the Merck Jewelers, and I have the regular, but I didn't have just the standard newsstand. So pick those up. I think they were. He had a half price sale, so it was $2 and $3, and they're pretty good.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Good copies. Picked up this. I thought this was pretty
nice.
Cool. It's a DC Masterworks series art book. Francetta's on the cover, but I haven't opened it up and looked through it yet. I just got home like an hour ago. I haven't went through it, but I think it's like an art book. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I like Franzetta.
Hell yeah.
And then I got something right up your alley. Pick that up.
Ooh, yeah.
So all of his magazines, he had 75% off all of his magazines. So
wow.
This was marked for $20. I got it for $5.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
And it's sharp. I mean, it's a good copy. It's issue 7, so it's an early one. Great cover. I like all the Savage Sword of Conan covers are all good until they get into like the 160s or something like that.
If you can get those earlier ones like that for $5, that's a hell of a buy.
Yeah. But these next 3 books, so it's crazy to me that I got these 3 for $10. So I collect the old stuff. So that's from 1938.
Oh, that's cool.
So $3 on there. And, these are the original Time magazine books.
Nice.
Yeah, he had it was weird. He had it was like a 1 year run from or 2 year run from 1938 to 1940. And he had multiple copies of every one of these.
Wow.
It's crazy too because I looked. So a year subscription to this was $4.50 in 1938, which is $90 today.
Yeah, that's a lot of money back then.
Who could spend $90 a year for a subscription in 1938? You're at the end of the Great Depression. Who's buying this book? It's only rich people.
But back in the day, Life was the magazine everybody wanted to have.
Yeah, but $90 a year is.
Yeah.
Is there anything you buy? You have a subscription to for one individual thing that you spend $90 a year on outside of television?
Not now. No, not now.
I don't know. Comics are getting pretty expensive these days.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's fair. I absolutely that was crazy, and it was the end of the Depression. If it wasn't the end of the Depression, I think I'd be like, oh, okay. If it was 47, people had money, but 38, man, they were they were going to soup kitchens to eat.
Yeah, I was going to say my dad was born in 37, so
I just saw that would be $3,900 in today's economy.
Crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So I've also been picking up a lot of foreign edition comics and UK version comics. I just like them. I think they're neat.
Me too. I love them.
I picked these Spider-Man weeklies. These are UK.
Oh,
they're
cool.
newsprint.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. So I got a lot of the Fantastic is a series that was in the UK. I got a lot of those, and they do a lot of the X-Men books. But obviously, the Spider-Man Comics Weekly only does Spider-Man. But
cool.
Again, these count as magazines, so I got these for $5 a piece too.
Oh well, shit.
So I'm pretty happy with that. And then the last thing I got to show, I actually got from Heritage 2 weeks ago, but I didn't do a video or anything on it. I just opened it because I was so excited. I didn't want to wait. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm kind of an X-Men fan.
Yeah.
No, you are? I would have never guessed, man.
I collect. Yeah, I know. I got to share some secrets with you. So this is some original from the cartoon.
Oh wow, very cool.
Oh, man,
so there's Beast.
Awesome, Johnny. That's awesome.
There's Cyclops.
Cyclops, yeah.
And there's
nice.
Wolverine and Professor X. And then you put them all together, and it makes that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's cool to have.
I got this for under $100.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's even this. It's 3 pages.
Yeah, how they would do the sales. Yeah, that's awesome,
and
dude.
They would just change out one at a time for the art change.
Yeah.
But what's even crazier is they have to paint these reverse. So that's really clean, right? Really sharp looking paints. But that's the side they paint on.
Yeah. I had an
So they
uncle
have
that could paint like that, man. That's a crazy
Yes,
talent.
they have to do it like in a reverse process. Like they would do
Yeah.
the tight lines and then slowly go out and add the colors and stuff. And
I had an
didn't know
uncle.
that.
I had an uncle. He would paint nature scenes on glass, and he would do that.
Yeah, you have to do it backwards.
Do everything in reverse.
Like that, all his lines
Yeah.
on his face and the ink, but when you flip it over, they're covered with paint. So that
Yep.
he put the eyes and the tight lines down first and worked backwards. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that's a crazy talent, man.
And this was, it was actually used in the show. So in the cartoon, the original cartoon, not the new one. And then I always love the back panels because I think a lot of people don't know this is the only thing that stays the same, and they just have 57 versions of this where it's like him moving.
Yeah,
That's fascinating.
So I thought it was pretty cool, and I was surprised that it came with the actual original blue line and pencil work. I thought that was pretty cool.
Cool.
And it's dead on. So I'm thinking what they do is they lay this down and use this as their guide to paint over, like while they're looking at or while they're laying it, because it's dead on. It's there's no variation. It's like line for line. It lines up perfectly.
Cool.
So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Like I said, less than $100 for original art's always good, but this is original art. It was actually part of a cartoon I loved when I was 14, 15 years old. So
To me, I love that kind of original art, man. That's
it's pretty neat. It's definitely
part of history. It's part of history, man.
Yeah. So
You know
I was
what I mean?
happy to pick it up. And
To me, that's just as big as getting a page out of some $high book or something. To me, that's just as important.
well, I mean, I'd still love to have the cover to like X-Men 94.
Well, yeah.
when I win that, I don't even know if it's out there, but like, I mean, that book like that, like that's stuff I'll never own. Like I'll never own any cover to any original run X-Men comic, because even the cheap ones sell for $15,000. And it's like, man, I'd love to have like one of those 60s books that 60s covers of any. I wouldn't even care. It could be like my least favorite book in the entire run. I'd just love to own that and be able to sit and appreciate it. And
Heck yeah.
like some of those artists were like, I love Dave Cockrum. I love the Romita. I don't like Romita's artwork very much. I love his X-Men stuff. I don't like his Spider-Man stuff. Romita Jr. And I really, Sal and John Buscema both went back and forth. Their stuff was really good. Obviously, Jim Lee's stuff was good. Like they didn't have any bad artists until they got to the late 90s, and then they tried to get creative. But even at the end, like Greg Land did most of them at the end, and his stuff's pretty good too, except for every woman's going. I don't know if you saw my video, but it's pretty interesting. But yeah, so that's all I really got. I actually bought some really cool stuff that I haven't gotten yet that I can't wait to get in. That I did want to briefly talk about. So I got 5 records. The comic book records where it was like teach your kid to read, where you put the record on, read the comic book with them. I don't know if they have the comic books with them. I know one of them's missing the record, but there are 5 of them, and 4 of them are signed by Neil Adams because it's his artwork on the cover of the record album.
That is cool. Hey, man.
Hey, Matt. So I like collecting that type of weird stuff. And it's I love, like, I have somewhere at my in-laws' house, I have the original Superman audio on cassette tape. It's like 20 cassette tapes. You remember the old, not like, if you're under 30, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. But the actual put in your Walkman and listen to the old audio.
Right.
And it's just a cool big plastic binder thing that closes. It's like something you'd see at the library for like an audio book, and it's got like 20 of those little cassettes. Like I love stuff like that, and it's just. You don't see it very often, but when you do, man, I snatch that stuff up. And that's because that's the stuff that isn't going to last. It's harder to store. Yeah, it's just cool. It's just cool history of comics.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, I'm gonna. You guys want me to open some of these packs and see what I got?
Let's see.
Of course, it's your show.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I had a lifetime supply of erasers from Rich, too.
Yep, there you go.
Lifetime supply of erasers to clean my comics with.
Heck yeah, buddy.
In 3.5 years of comic cleaning, over probably 500 books, I've went through 3 of these. So I'm pretty sure that's a lifetime supply. So thank you for sending me those, Rick.
No problem, buddy. Thank you for doing my comic, man. That was very, very kind of you.
Yep.
Hey, can I show something real quick?
Sure.
Hey, Rich, just to tie on to Johnny's stuff a little bit.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
This is a Conan cell from
Wow.
the Conan cartoon that they
Yeah.
put out in.
I have been trying to find that. Is that on YouTube? The Conan cartoon?
That's a good question. It was at one point. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's,
I only ever get movie clips when I put in Conan. Like,
yeah, but and Rich, I know you're a big Conan fan.
Yeah.
So this is coming to you.
Oh man, you ain't got to
Yeah.
do that, dude.
No,
That's-
yeah, man. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, that's friggin' thank you, buddy. Sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, sorry, that's enough.
That's all
by
right.
the way, Adam, my condolences.
Oh, appreciate it. Thanks, Matt.
Stevie must have jumped out because he has to be the last person in the group or he can't hear anybody.
Oh,
That's the greatest.
poor guy.
I know. There he is. He's back. Now he's back. There you
I
go.
wanted to hear Matt.
Why? I got nothing special to say.
Hey, Matt, looks like it might be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool. I'll my Amazon Prime isn't the same as yours, so I'll have to check it.
Yeah, Canadian Prime.
Yeah.
But I know I'm a little late to the party, but I went to a new comic shop today called
Jeebus.
Atomic Vault.
Mm.
And they actually had some of these.
Mhm.
So I got me some. I'm going to see what I got.
This is why I came home with no money. I just want to.
Whoa.
Well, wait, I got to show my rest of my stack, but I'm
Oh
not
yeah, you
showing
go
all
ahead.
of
I'm just pointing out that that's why, like, you guys were laughing about
Whoa.
me not having
it.
anything.
Here, let me. Hope I don't cut the book.
Just don't cut it too bad.
Yeah, don't cut
You
it
get a
too bad.
purple label if you cut it. You know that, right? It's trimming.
All right, now I got a David Finch cover, which I've got that one, so that'll be going in the giveaway pile. Let's see, that's number 1. Number 2. Well, let go of it, bag.
I think those original sketch covers have been going for like $1,800. That's what you're looking for.
This is Invincible number 19, the first appearance of Battle Beast. It's like the reprint, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good grab.
Neat.
That's number 2.
Or you get looking for the golden ticket, Rich. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
no doubt. That's what I'm hoping.
Is the golden ticket in these things? I don't know anything about these things because my comic shop didn't get them. My local, that is. So I had no idea what these things are.
Here's another variant cover of the number 1.
Okay. I think that's the 1A.
That's Ryan Otley.
Yeah.
Well, see, I bought the cover B one, so I like the David Finch one.
Do any of you read it? Is it any good? Like I've not gotten into
I
the
like it a
original.
lot, man.
I
I
haven't
do.
watched the show. I haven't read the original, but it sounds like it's popular. But
I just like that character, and
Yeah.
I was so glad that they were finally giving him his own little series.
It's kind of like good violent fun.
Yeah, he's just driven by one thing, battle, and he's wanting to find somebody that can actually beat his ass, and no one has so far.
yeah, I might have to check it out. Jason in chat says it's pretty good too, so I might have to check it out. I love The Voice, and that's similar.
Oh, you got a
that's the
sketch
sketch
cover.
variant. It just doesn't have a sketch on it.
Yeah, I don't have a sketch on.
It's done in that invisible ink.
Yeah,
Put lemon juice on it.
Polar
Yeah.
bear in a snowstorm.
it's invisible.
Sue Richards on the cover of an Invincible.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think
And
I
then I
saw
got-
Wonder Woman's plane on that cover.
Yeah, Sue Richards in the Invisible plane on the in a snowstorm.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
That's Dwarf.
Oh,
Done by
there's
Goldberg.
this is the, I think this is the 1 in 25. Is that what it is?
I think so.
It's cover E,
Yeah, I think it is.
but I think it's like, because he had one there like this, and I thought he said it was the 1 in 25 variant. I think
Are
that's
those
what-
like the Spawn cardstock cover style? Because like Spawn uses a really hard paper that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how these are. They're real.
Yeah, that's great paper.
So that was that from that. That was from the Atomic Vault. That was the 5 that I'd bought from there. And then I was at one of my other LCSs, my normal LCSs, Mavericks. He had one. So I'm gonna open it up and see what it was.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to teach you not to cheat on your LCS.
Yeah, he'll be driving to my hour away to get stuff.
He did tell me if I got a copy of something that I could bring it in and trade it for something else. But I got a duplicate of Leo. Oh, this is a different one. Which one's that?
It's the 1 in 10,000.
Yeah, it's cover D. It's the EJ Sue.
Yeah, that was one that I got. Yeah, I think it's the 1 in 10, I want to say.
1 in 10. Yeah, I don't know the numbers on these, but like I said, yeah, it's cool. That ain't bad. That's
Yeah, that's the 1 in 10.
one out of 6 that I won't keep. The rest I'll keep. So I'll give a copy to somebody. Somebody will be getting a David Finch cover, which to me that should have been cover A. I'm just partial to David Finch, but that cover is awesome.
Wouldn't Otley start with Invincible? I'm guessing that's why he was the A.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess you would have to give it to Ollie, but you know.
It was kind of funny. Jason Jones is here in the chat. It's a friend of mine. He had I had bought I bought like 4 blind bags, and I was trying to get see what and I was actually hoping to get a Finch, and then I was texting my friends. I was like, hey, I got I think I had a couple of the number 2s. I was like, but if anybody wants to trade or anything for it, I'm looking for a Finch if you got an extra. And Jason was like, oh yeah, I'll bring it by. And so he was, I guess, bringing it by to the shop, but I texted him and I was like, oh, I'm at the shop. They actually had them, so I don't need one. And then he showed up and I was like, hey, you didn't see your text all the way over. So anyway, I appreciate you, Jason.
I was hoping that K Munin was here because one of the other books that I bought was a die cut. A die cut Battle Beast. I'm gonna stick it up here next to the fair. The ferret. The ferret's. But I love it, man. It's awesome. It's an awesome. Because it wraps around. It's a wraparound die cut. Goes all the way around the back. Let's see. I got the Mark Spears. This is at the Atomic Vault. Big shout out to Atomic Vault. And then this is the Spider-Man versus Predator, or Predator versus Spider-Man. A nice little woo, make you go blind.
Who did that cover? Because it looks like Del Otto's Spider-Man, but it doesn't look like a Del Otto cover.
It's a land.
Greg
Land?
Yeah.
He probably copied Del Otto.
Yeah, I mean he's a tracer for sure, but like it looks
It's
like
cool.
it looks
like with it in Spider-Man's eye. You can't see it on the camera, but in Spider-Man's eye, you can like almost see his eyeball through it or something. It's crazy how they did that. It's cool. Then I got Exquisite Corpse. I need to open this thing up and see where my scissors go. This is supposedly
Jason said in the chat to look at the die cut front and back. Have you opened it and looked at it?
The what?
The die cut book. He said to look at the front and back of it. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about how it wraps around.
Cool.
Pull it out. Yeah, how it wraps around the back.
Oh, you can take it off and have a mask.
Yeah, you could if this was
There's your Halloween costume this year.
if this
Yeah,
would have been
just
back
like
when I was
everybody
10 years
was gonna
old, I probably would have done that.
Absolutely. Cut some eye holes, you'd be good. That string that always broke on the back of those things.
Yeah.
Oh, those were
just
terrible.
the sweat that would be on your face from the plastic.
The
Felt your
paper would be
face
all
would melt
wrinkly
off.
and
Well, in Ohio in October, it's usually pretty cold, so it did like stick to your face though a little bit.
so let's
When
see.
I was a kid, it was always snowing on Halloween, and the last few years it's been warm.
That's
When I
crazy.
take my kids out.
Exquisite corpse out of the bag. He said it was like a different. This is like the typical number one, but it's just colored different. The colors are reversed, I guess, or something because
It was more red on the main cover.
main cover.
Yeah.
And then
Do
this
you use
card-
CLZ, Rich?
Huh?
Do you use CLZ, the app?
No, I've got it downloaded and I've never have.
Oh, it's
been
fantastic. You
enjoying it,
just take a picture and it'll tell you what copy it is.
but the card in it's a lone gunman. I haven't, like I said, I've been trying to read it. I've been trying to find it so I can read it because everybody talks about how good of a book it is. So
The Lone Gunman. Wow.
So they're making. Have you read that? Have you read it yet, Rich?
no, that's why I was saying I just was
I
able to
don't know.
find it. No one ever had it. I couldn't find it anywhere until I went to that atomic vault.
So what they're doing with that book is they're doing. It's basically a tournament of all of the. It's like these elite families that all draw. They have a card, a playing card, and with that they get. There's a certain weapon, and they have to find somebody to basically agree to be a combatant to use this certain weapon to fight the other people, and the one person that survives is going to get all this money. If you fail, you still get a ton of money to support whoever. But it's like a battle that they do, I guess, yearly. But one thing that they're planning on doing is they're planning on making a card game into it as well. That's going to be like a competitive card game that you can play. And these cards are going to be part of what you can use to play the game with. So
yeah, that's what the guy was telling me today. He said that's.
So does every issue come with a different card, or how's that work?
Yeah, it's the C cover. The C cover. It's a polybag C cover, and every issue is going to have a card in it.
Might have to look that one up now. That sounds
Yeah,
like a good
I mean, it's a really thick book. I mean, I don't know how many pages was in it, but it felt like it felt like a 50-page book or something.
It's a thick sucker, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of. It introduces all of the people that are going to be fighting in it.
Yeah, it's not numbered.
It's a really good read. Jason says double size. Yeah, it's the price of it was not twice as much, so they didn't really. The one with the card costs a little extra, I guess, because they're thinking that people are going to be collecting those.
Right.
So yeah,
Exquisite Corpse, Rich.
Exquisite Corpse. I've been seeing it, and then, like I said, my other two LCSs, they were sold out of it, so I'm finally able to get that one. So, but then the last two things I bought there at the Atomic Vault, they had the big giant size.
I need to get one of those, man.
Batman Rush,
that's cool.
and already had them bagged. Then he had.
Oh, then you don't have to buy any bags. That's great.
Then he had the second one, but this one's the foil one, so I thought that was really cool.
Oh wow, I haven't seen a
Yeah,
second.
Nate had one of them on his show.
Yeah, I love these oversized books, man. They're so sweet, man. They're only $15. I didn't think that was bad. Takes me back, man, when you was a kid getting those big giant books.
Treasury edition. So
yeah, Treasury editions. Yeah, I love them.
Oh, you're
I got some more books, but I'll let someone else go.
Those were back issues when I was a kid.
All right, I'll go next.
All right, Stevie, you're up,
Steve.
buddy. you missed the intro, Matt. He played some music for us.
Oh no, I caught that just as I signed in when I was in the chat there.
Oh, okay.
The five of us is like a poker hand. we're a full house because we got 3 Big Nasty t-shirts, and we got a Chonko t-shirt, and we got a What's on the Comic Rack Mr. Akins t-shirt.
That's
Nice.
great.
It's a Doctor Doom Fantastic Four cover, and
Big
and it
respect.
says, did someone say John Byrne? You know how he's always saying that in the chat of the videos he comments on. Well,
Hey,
let's go to my first comic book. This is a super cool cover. It's the Ghost Rider riding a mastodon, and the mastodon's horns are flaming, and real cool line work in there. I really enjoyed it. And my grandson graduated from high school this week, and the next day we got a hotel room for the night, and the next day on the way home I stopped at this comic book shop I've never been to. It's called Tater Tot Comics in Arnold, Missouri, and I got a whole bunch of books because I ain't been out for a while. And this one Matt's gonna like, and
That's a great name, Tater Tot Comics.
Okay, Steven.
that is
Ooh, 20.
Lois Lane.
And I saw you put that up the other day. I went and pulled mine.
Oh, you knew I was gonna come back with it, right?
No, I just it inspired me to do a video. I did the research. I've written a video. I've just got to record it.
When I was
So
going
I
through the
pulled
stacks,
Yeah.
when I was going through the stacks, it was like, man, that's a great cover.
And see that's the variant. So it's interesting that we both have the variant. So
And Son of Crom had a claim sale, and I got this Superboy, and everybody was claiming things real fast. And to tell you the truth, I was just typing in any letter and hitting enter. And I got a couple of good ones out of it.
Yeah, I
And,
got a couple things too. Yeah.
My books are on my way from Stackery right now. So
And this is
cool.
one that I did claim early in the claim before everybody got the rhythm of things. I really like this penguin cover, and if they could have highlighted the hat a little more to bring it out, but besides that, it's a great cover.
Is that Batman reflected in the top of the hat?
I
think so.
Oh yes, I never noticed that before. Let me bring it in.
Yeah, cool.
Which is why I think they made the shade on that, because it's that little extra. Take a second look at this hat.
Okay, and one of the things I got was a cool Joker cover, 545.
Oh yeah.
And I really like this cover. It's an Ant-Man cover, and it's in pencils, and then Ant-Man's in color, and it's really good artwork.
I love black, white, and red.
Yeah, and since Chonko's out, I had a stack for him. So this next little section, I'm gonna call the Chonko. I'll do them real quick. Yeah, voluptuous vixens at this venue.
Hashtag Chonko likes hot chicks.
Yeah, Chonko likes hot chicks. And there's Scarlet Witch is painted. It's really cool. And here's my favorite She-Hulk cover. Look at the hair on that. Just beautiful.
Hair in her armpits?
Yeah, and in between her toes too. and here's the Spider Woman. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
But here's my favorite Spider Woman that I'm showing tonight. Very voluptuous.
Yeah.
And you know, when you go through your comic books and you find doubles, you know what's worse than doubles? Triples.
Triples.
I had triples in the West Coast Avengers. But here's Mockingbird.
Nice.
I like that. And here's a real cool cover of her and Hawkeye. They were love interests of each other during this series. And quickly, my favorite little Vampirilla with her pet bats. And this is a new one I bought. It's Gru. And you always think of a shotgun wedding, but back then it was samurai sword wedding. This is the girl he really likes right here. I forgot her name. But there's the one. And there's that one. Okay. Now here's a great Phoenix transformation cover.
Oh wow.
Nice.
It's real subtly up into the Phoenix. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really cool. All right, moving on. Here's another. I bought a ton of Avengers. Avengers and Moon Girl #1, and they're in space. They're on the moon, and her space helmet looks like an afro. It's cool the way they drew it like that.
She filled it up probably. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then here's a cool group shot of the Avengers.
Nice.
And
It
here's
feels
the
like
last
the
one.
X-Men one there. Days of
Here's the last one for Chonko. This is Vanguard #1 with the giant naked lady in space. So now Johnny had shown a 9/11 book, and it's a coincidence I had picked one out to show too.
Oh,
A
very cool.
moment of silence. And what's unusual about this is this spot over here looks like smoke. It's not smoke. I had accidentally dripped a candle on it, but in hindsight, it blends in really good. And when art is made by chance, it's called aleatory. So that's an aleatory comic book.
Nice.
And then in the Star Wars free comic book thing, I noticed they have the cover of #1, which is real cool to have the cover. You can enjoy the cover and not have to own the book in these reproduction stuff, you know?
Right.
That was kind of cool.
I like the Green Vader.
And I just got a few more on this round. Here's a real cool Mutiny on the Bounty, classic illustrated. It's I really like that cover.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, Humphrey Bogart, the old one, I really like. And
I like the one with Russell Crowe. Or not Russell Crowe, but whoever that is.
here's one a little out of my collecting, but I get them every blue moon. That's a Lone Ranger comic book. I like horses on comic books and moon covers, so that's kind of a cool cover. And I guess the last one in this round, you know how Spider-Man got the black uniform, a black costume in the Secret Wars storyline? Well, every time I see this wedding one, he's in a black tuxedo. And if you look real close, you can see the spider emblem.
Yeah.
On the lapels and stuff.
Nice.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of cool. That's good for this round, guys.
Biggie, how you doing, buddy?
Yo, I'm doing good. I just thought I'd stop by and hang out with y'all. I don't really have any books, but I thought I'd see what y'all are into.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, you just hang out and that's.
I'll be back.
Good hangout. He can't hear you. You got to be the last one in, or he can't hear you.
That's the oddest thing on a. I've never seen a computer that does that.
I know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he does it through his phone or something, or what he's doing. But it's so funny.
I do want to show him using my koozie,
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
big nasty koozie, on my America drink. I'm having America drink, Matt.
Yeah, I got mine too. Promote my own swag.
Why not? It's your show.
Yeah, well, that's true. But yeah. All right, now Stevie's back. Let's see here. There you go, Stevie. Now can you hear everybody? Say something, Biggie.
I got it muted because my kid's watching Minecraft on YouTube. It's actually a good version.
Is it?
Yeah, I can hear.
Cool.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Steve. I've watched you a few times, man. I enjoy watching your show and stuff. Wait, what day is that? What's his name? Where he gives away the comics? Son of Crom. What day is that?
It was about a week ago. He's going to do it once a month.
Yeah, once
Okay,
a month.
I'll try to remember to catch it. Yeah, sounds fun.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Biggie.
Okay, I appreciate it, Matt.
That's cool. Matt, you got anything you want to show, or?
Well, I did go to a con today.
Just
I
bought a
was
couple
say,
things.
man, you went to a con, you spent all your money, so that's
Just a little bit. Okay, I'm not
At
going to
least-
show everything because I'm going to be doing a video from most
Right.
of it. But this is not from the con today. This is just I pulled this out getting prepared for tomorrow's Superman show. This is the oldest Superman book I own. It's from 1955, just after the code started.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
look how big that code is.
It's got that big code one. So
Yeah.
it's
I did like how it's like
22.
20% of the book when it first came out. They were
They were pretty nuts. Now, the reason I have such a big pile today was one guy who was there was selling dollar bins, and he had like $30 bins. And if you bought a certain amount, you were able to pick up freebies of the bigger books. So I picked up enough to get this first appearance of OMAC for free.
Very cool.
Okay. He's got it listed at $20. So I mean,
great cover. That I don't know what it's called, but the person that's like in the box.
the mother box.
That's just a cool sky. I got one I was looking at yesterday.
I think this is the mother box because it sure looks like some weird stuff. I'm gonna have to read it to find out.
I mean, if I could do that, I'd never leave the house.
Yeah, same.
If I get stuck like that, I'm dead. my joints don't work like that in the first place.
You'll need several crowbars and a ring.
I did pick up the earliest. I did pick up the earliest issue of Conan that I now own, number 16. It's
nice.
Barry Smith, Barry Windsor Smith cover,
Yes.
and it's
I don't know if I need that one or not. I might need that one.
Well, once you're getting to these numbers, like 20 and below, they start getting more and more expensive the further back you go.
Right. I for the longest time, man, I didn't collect the Barry Windsor Smith ones, and then I've been slowly picking at them.
Hey Matt, this was I planned it with you.
Oh, really? You got it too?
This
Yeah,
was
yours
one of
looks
mine
like-
from Crom.
Nice. Yours is in much better shape.
Yeah, very
But
busy.
to be honest, this is a 4.5 according to at least what the guy claims. So another thing I have an obsession with, I mean, besides all comics in general, is the Go-Go Checks era of DC Comics. So I bought 3 of those today because I could. This is Teen Titans number 10.
That's a
Matt,
great
what,
cover.
What years did they run those?
Go-Go Checks were from I want to say June 66 to August 67, but it's either May or June 66 to August 67 for sure.
Okay.
It was
Are you trying to
just over a year with 16 months.
Are you trying to collect all of them?
It's not that I'm trying to collect them. It's just if I see one, I buy them.
Yeah.
because there are a few of the Go-Go Check ones that are some of the most expensive books. The first Catwoman in Lois Lane is a Go-Go Check. The first appearance of Poison Ivy is a Go-Go Check. So there are some big books in that era. Like
Yeah, cool.
this one is Metamorpho number 7. I thought it was a cool cover.
Do you have the Jerry Lewis Go-Go checks, Matt? I was at a shop today and they had all of the Jerry Lewis.
No,
Like
the only Jerry Lewis I have is almost near the end of the run.
They
And
were
this is
super cheap.
Jimmy
If I go back, I'll pick them up for you.
Oh, that'd be cool. Okay, Jimmy Olsen 103. This was the last Go-Go Check I bought today, and this one is actually one I did actively look for because I'm
Nice.
collecting Jimmy Olsen. So
Nice.
this was the only Superman book in the entire con I could find that I didn't have.
Oh, the Devil Harp. I love that
wasn't
story.
That wasn't $300 or more.
Yeah, that's a great story. You read that one yet?
I've read it before. I haven't read it now. I just bought these hours ago. I got this Son of Satan number 6 for pretty cheap. And I got this Son of Satan number 8 pretty cheap. Son of Satan is my favorite Marvel character.
Oh, cool.
So I'm a big Defenders fan, and one of the reasons I like the Defenders so much is that Son of Satan was a big part of it for a long time. That's all I'm going to show right now, because I don't want to show everything I've got. Here all night.
Well, I'm doing the Hangover show tomorrow with Nate and Hagen.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
They're going to be pretty tired because they've been snuggling all night. So,
Well, my understanding is that he's in town to go to the Indy 500.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, they're snuggling, so they'll be snuggling all night. They'll be nice and cozy. Come morning
They'll
time,
just be
so.
saying, "Huh? What did you say? What did you say?" The whole show.
But well, I want to. My cousin, it's a good thing. My cousin came in town. So a few of you have met my cousin Jamie from DC. He lives outside of DC. It's a good thing about having somebody in another state. They can kind of look for what you want, what you like. So he always sends me texts here and there. Sometimes he'd be like, "Hey, do you need this? Do you want this? Do you need that?" And it's like, I'm like, well, maybe, I don't know. I have to wait and see, So, but then he knows I like Brian Boland, so he sent me this, or he brought me this today. This Vamps, sweet ass Brian Boland cover, man. Yeah, I love Brian Boland, dude. He's one of my favorites. And then you got Kelly Jones. So now I'm gonna have to find the rest of these. This is book 2, Dead Man Exorcism.
I love those Dead Man series.
Yeah, I do
Is it like
too.
glow in the dark, or is it just black and white?
It's just black and white, just how it looks. It's really cool, man.
Dead Man is one of the best concepts that DC ever had.
And I love Kelly Jones's Dead Man.
The character should be bigger than he is. That's a very underrated character.
Very underrated.
Probably one of the most powerful in DC and not utilized enough.
Used as a joke a lot of times, sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is Monolith number 3, but it's just Kelly Jones. So just love that. So now I got to find the other ones. It's like, okay, add to it. Then we switch over to Simon Bisley. Got Melting Pot number 1.
Nice.
I like green comic books, man.
Yeah. And it's Kevin Eastman and Simon Bisley, man. It's book 2.
Kevin Eastman doing a green comic book. I would have never thought that.
Yeah, really. And then book 3.
Is that Dark Horse book?
No, it's Kitchen Sink.
Oh, okay.
And then he got me a wizard with a Judge Dredd, Simon Bisley, 95. So
Nice.
those are cool.
I miss Wizard magazine. I looked forward to those so much. They had the pages inside where the people would send them they'd have all their toys set up and they'd do little scenes with their toys.
Yeah.
Probably list the newest books And it's crazy when you look back at them now. Prices like X-Men 1 from the 90s, and it's like $60. Like that book was never worth $60.
I know.
There's 8 million of them.
I always feel like you should just buy them in a dollar bin and throw them in the fire because just bring down the supply that little much.
Hey, why would you say something like that? It's an
I
X-Men.
don't know. I'm just saying it in the sense of the rest of the copies be worth
Rich,
$1.
Rich, you got to kick him out. He can't be
Kick
here
him
anymore.
out.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
I would be diving in the fire to stop them from being burned.
Yeah, there are a
And
bunch.
Then I went to one of my other LCS's Mavericks, and then that's where I got the one blind bag, and then he had this number 2, the ultra rare advanced edition, the Battle Beast.
There you go. I think that's an ultra rare $10 book.
Yeah.
Is number 2 going to be the same? Like, is it going to be the same book, or is it just
Yeah.
you just got it early?
How much was it, Big Nasty?
Huh?
Do you know how much it went for? I think it's like $10. I don't know. I'm guessing.
I'm not sure, man.
Oh,
Honestly.
okay. Some of them are worth a lot.
He sold this to me at cover price for $3.99.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, "Are you sure?" I'm pretty sure it's going for more, Leo. And he's like, "Nah, I don't care." I was like, "All right,
A deal's a deal.
yeah."
Mm-hmm.
So then in his 50-cent bins, I found this Mean Machine, Judge Dredd. That's a number 1. And then there's Judge Dredd, it's America. There's big square bound books.
America.
So America. And then me, I always go to that Maverick. That's where I get all my odd and the goodness books, So I got this Fanico number 0, King of the Dead. It's a black and white book. I was looking through it. It's really cool art, man. It's a real thin book, but still sweet for 50 cents. And then I'm always on the lookout for different holiday type books and stuff. So then I got Jack the Lantern.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Really good art. Pretty cool art. Scott Lee. And then I was like, well, I've seen this, The Invincibles, but it's Roy Thomas and Rich Buckler. So I was like, that might be an odd book to get Roy Thomas to sign.
Did that have a lady's face in the moon, the last one?
Yeah, it did, Stevie. And then I got the Hoon.
The Hoon.
Weird as shit.
That's number 1.
I mean, 50 cent, man. Yeah.
That is true. 50 cents hard to beat.
Yeah. Hoon number 2. That's what I said, man. I can't, pass them up for 50 cents. And then I got Headman. This one looked pretty cool. I was looking through that one, man.
I can relate to that.
Headman.
Instead of it being the one-eyed monster, it's the many-eyed monster.
What cracks me up is the guy. He's just a head, and he's always complaining to this girl. I was reading a little bit of it, saying you can't be in love with me. But what kills me is the machine. I mean, look how long they made this center thing between his legs. And then there's a knob at the end of it.
At the same time,
it's a little innuendo, It's like, what the hell?
Matt's buying it. Matt's buying it. He's looking on Comic Shop right now.
No, all I can say is you definitely know that guy's probably orally fixated.
I'm not going to say anything.
Hey, it doesn't look like he reciprocates. Let's just say.
And then this was another.
He's just got to be put in the right position.
Yeah. This is another cover by Hell House. I just like the cover on it. It looked pretty cool when I was looking through it, but
I've read a couple of those. Those are pretty cool. Yeah.
This is number 3, so now I got to look for the other ones. And then I'm always looking for these Satan 6 spinoffs. Hellspawn. This is number 2.
Hey, Kate Bunin just dropped in. You gotta show them your die cut.
Oh, where's my die cut? Hang on.
The top Satan 6 is the first Jason, right?
Oh, is it?
I did know that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you run across it, grab it.
Which Satan 6? Just the Satan 6?
You remember the tops that came in the polys?
Yeah, that's how this
But-
is a tops.
Yeah. So the first one, it's like it's got Jason's face on it. You can't miss it.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely be looking out for that. I did not know that. Where the hell is that? Did I put it away? I was trying to find something for K Munin. Oh, there it is. Hey, K Munin, look, buddy, this is a die cut. If you're still there, I'm gonna put it next to the ferret, just for you, Bubba.
Oh man, I love that. I don't think he's still here though. He does just pop in sometimes. He comes in, makes a comment, but there's a
And
like
jumps
goes.
out. Well, if he watches the rewind, maybe he'll see it.
Mhm.
Then I got this Helden. It's good 90s goodness, man. It's just the art. I just like that style.
wow.
The book looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got one. It's a 6-parter. I got the first 3 at least. Looked pretty cool. Glancing Foot, number 3.
Nice.
So, yeah. Not bad for 50 cents. I mean,
Nope.
50-cent runs. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Anybody else got anything?
I've got
gotta-
2 quick ones. I've got 2 quick ones because I'm actually gonna have to leave soon because I've got to
Okay.
get up early. Yeah, tomorrow is another day. I have to bring my daughter to an event at like 8:00 in the morning. So
Hey, before you go, Matt, I got to head out. My kid wants my phone, but if I can get here next week, I'll bring some books, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, man.
See you later, Biggie.
Biggie.
Later, guys.
Take
Thanks
care,
for having
man.
me.
Yeah.
Biggie's trying to make my Superman show tomorrow night, so hopefully he'll
Cool.
make it. We'll have some
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Just 2 quick ones on Biggie's shows last night. I showed this one. This was the first appearance of Metamorphose Kid, who is allegedly going to be in the Superman movie. But that's not why I'm showing this right now. Last night I showed this book, and Guy Gardner's gotten the crap out of him. The crap kicked out of him. So of course today in the dollar bins, what do I find? Hal Jordan kicking the crap out of him.
Yes.
And of course, if only that One Punch Batman threw, if only that was on a cover, that would be amazing. So yeah, I'm going to be taking off too, guys. I've got to get to bed soon, but I just wanted to say thanks and thanks to Big Nasty for the nice T-shirt, and
Yeah, buddy.
have you guys a wonderful night.
Thanks for coming out, man. Thanks.
See you, Matt.
Take
We'll see
care.
you, buddy.
Take
Yep.
care, Matt.
But
I got a couple I could show.
okay.
I got my freebies from Bjorn. And some of the like I'm kind of with Steve there. Like I kind of forgot, or maybe some of these were extras that he just threw in, which could be. But I do know I picked this one, but I think I already have it. But it's such a cool cover, I don't mind having it twice. It's a Secret Wars, but it's Thing, punching Galactus there, and you just got the cool like Doom Latverian castle on the background. So it's
That
cool
whole
cover.
run, like every one of the covers in that whole run is really good.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. So, and this was one I didn't didn't remember picking up, but it's a recent one. It's Iron Man number 6. So I guess it somewhat ties into the One World Under Doom, but I haven't read it, so I'm gonna check it out. So
It's cool looking Iron Man cover.
yeah, I mean, do you have this one, Steve?
No, not the most current volume is what I'm missing the most of. I think there's only like 10 issues or less, something like that.
I think they're up to 8. I think I saw, but but this is I'm gonna check this one out. This was a big one that I got. So McFarlane goodness with the detective,
Oh yeah.
but free 99 from Bjorn. That's crazy.
Wow.
Such a horrible price.
I know. And then this is a Batman I didn't have. It's a 584. It looks, if you can see, it's kind of like a wood carving bat. Kind of a different type of cover. So,
Cool.
Huh.
yeah, pretty neat.
Who's the artist on that?
I cannot tell. I have to open it up. It's interesting. It says like an artist's interpretation on the on the very bottom. So, but let's see if they list the cover. Yeah, of course they don't list the cover artist. So I'm going to assume that it's Scott McDaniel because he's the artist for it, but unsure. And then there's a Conan the Savage number 3
Cool.
magazine. But then I did show this one. This was the 21 with Matt, the number 16. So this is one I needed. So I have a pretty big Conan run. I don't have all of it. I don't have a number 1 like you do, Rich, but I have a good number, and I was originally trying to work on all the John Buscema.
That's what I'm doing.
ones.
Yeah.
And so I have I think he starts, I want to say somewhere in the late 20s or early 30s.
25.
25. Okay. I have all of them up to 150.
Okay.
And I
Pretty
need,
close too.
yeah, and I have a lot of the other ones after that, but not a like complete run. I think he goes up to like 180 something or something like that.
He jumps. Yeah. He comes out of it. He jumps around when you get up those higher numbers like that. He pops in and out of it.
Yeah. But I mean, I have some, Barry Windsor Smith. I have a few older than this, but that was definitely one I needed. And then some Cheddar goodness. I got Supernatural Thrillers, number 8. I've been trying to get these Living Mummy ones.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
Yeah, yeah. So that so I was excited to get it. Like the 2, it's kind of funny. The 2 that I'm getting are like I think 2 you're trying to get to is Frankenstein. So I got the 10 and the number 11. I think I'm down to like 5 or 6 of those I need left to have that full run, and then I think this was just thrown in. I don't remember getting the creatures on the list. So, but it's a Man Wolf one I didn't have. So there's that, and then somewhat tangentially comics related. So one of the big other things that I collect is Stephen King. I just love Stephen King. And so I just got this in the mail. Whoops, that wouldn't help.
You got a black box.
Yeah, I got a black box. This is done by Cemetery Dance. So what they did was they got an agreement to do all of the Viking, which are kind of the first books that Stephen King wrote, and they redid them in fancy editions and included extra stuff with it and everything. I mean, this is like an omnibus. This has got some weight and heft to it. But the cover art is done by Francois Villancourt, who's that's probably not pronounced correctly, but he's Canadian. And this was like they do like one of 3,000, and it's got some really cool, or 4,000. This is a slipcased edition, and it's all got new art in it and everything. But one thing that they included at the end was I'm not sure if any of you that read Stephen King stuff, but he did. They did the Stand in comic version too, and so they have in the back of this is like an extra. They have like how they adapted, an interview with how they were going to adapt it into comics. So that's included in here. But I've been getting all of these. I think they only have one more left that they're going to put out. That's through the Viking edition, which I think will be Pet Cemetery is the last one. But this is
the audio from Stephen King. I'm good at listening to it on an audiobook, but when I try and read it, I just cannot follow his stuff at all.
Okay.
His just writing style is just really hard for me, but I love his audiobooks. Like I just audiobook all of them. When someone else reads it to me, I can understand it.
There you go. There you go.
I used to read a lot of his stuff when I was in the Navy.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that got me into Bernie Wrightson, because Bernie Wrightson, he actually did the original art for The Stand, but he did Cycle of the Werewolf, and he did one of the Dark Tower books as well. So it was kind of one of those things that kind of got me into his art and recognizing it and seeing it in other stuff. So that was my other thing. I just got these things. They only put them out it takes like a year and a half for them to publish and put all the stuff together for this and get the slipcase and everything. But you get some really high quality
Where do you get
stuff
this from?
It's through Cemetery Dance, which is a book publication, a book publisher, and they the owner
online.
Yeah, the owner of it is of Cemetery Dance is Richard Chismar, and Rich he has actually written a couple of books with Stephen King recently. He did there's a Gwendy's button box, and there's a Gwendy trilogy, and he did the first and third book with Stephen King, and then he has a couple of books. Other books that he's written himself. So he started this publishing company and then has always been kind of writing and doing some kind of stuff like that. But if you like horror stuff and like reading horror stuff, that's kind of what that whole publishing company is about. They've put out some comics as well, and some magazines. They do a Cemetery Dance magazine that they put out a few times a year, but they're kind of really well known for a lot of good horror writing. So yeah,
Cool.
That's it for me.
Well, guys, we've been doing about an hour and a half. Think about calling it for the night. Had a long day. I'm wiped.
I get up early. Monaco's in the morning.
Yeah.
You're an F1 guy. I like F1. So.
F1. Well, I got the hangout show to do too at 9:30. Before that, so.
Well, thanks for having me on the show again.
I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you, for coming out. I really do. Everybody in the chat and everybody else, Matt and Biggie Shack and Adam and Johnny and Stevie D. So thanks for the music, Stevie. Really appreciate it, buddy. Love that.
Well, you're welcome.
Hey, Steve, you have to show your picture that you did.
Yes.
For the show.
Thanks, Adam.
Oh,
yeah.
I did 2 Hulks today. One was average and one was a little better than average. I'm a novice. I'm not an artist. I've just started doing this stuff. Here's the one I did.
I love it.
And it says Hulk smash, big nasty, comic books. Ha ha ha. Then up and Adam, Mr. Akins, then Stevie D. Chunko's next. Son of Crown, Nate, Hagen, Matt, Stan Lee, Eric. Then that furry Wolverine for dessert. Puny humans. Ah.
I like how you threw Stan Lee in there.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
And here's the one that was better art, but it's I call it folk art. These are all on backboards, They're my canvas, And I don't know what to say, but he's looking at his face. What would you guys say?
I don't know, man.
Well, I sent you mine. What did I say? Something like, it's getting harder and harder to find purple pants these days.
Yeah, and Mr. Akins said,
what era Hulk is it? Because for the longest time, all he ever said was Hulk smash. So,
yeah, well, he's the less intelligent, but more intelligent than the original Hulk.
But well, like I said, guys, I can't thank you enough for coming out. And next weekend, I think we're going to be back on schedule to do an interview with Conco. How you say his name? I'm sorry, Kunka. Yeah,
You said Choco.
Chaco. But yeah,
Okay.
for 8:30 or 8 p.m. Eastern.
Well, he was here in spirit, anyways. Chonko was.
Yeah, Chaco's here.
Yeah.
I'm a
His,
Chonkomaniac.
his ass is on a plane right now, flying all night. Probably. I don't know what time his flight left, but he was pulling a big red eye to Spain. So
Whew.
that's a heck of a flight. But yeah. But well, like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. Trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, if anybody's left watching this or whatever, I'll be on Hall Yeah Comics channel tomorrow morning at 9:30 doing their hangover show. And we'll go from there. So you guys got anything you want to say before we
Cleaning tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central. If you want to come clean with me, I just put
There
a
you
wet
go.
piece of paper on this book.
Oh, is the first Shield? Nick Fury Shield?
It's number
Yeah.
4.
Number 4, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
such a
white
great cover.
cover. I'm going to put it in the press now. I'm multitasking.
yeah, there you go. That's all right.
Yeah. 3 o'clock Central tomorrow. I'll be cleaning comics.
All right, I'll be there.
I'm working out an interview to set up for a time with kind of an artist a lot of people don't know, but Caleb 80.
Okay.
He was one of the winners of the Spawn contest where people
Okay.
could submit art for that. I have a couple of sketches from him that I've gotten, and he just delivered an amazing comic that he did a Kickstarter for. If you like samurai kind of stuff mixed with demons,
Yeah.
he's got a great book that just came out, Aruku Akuma. And he does just really great ink work. Does a lot of cool, creepy stuff. So try to get together with him to set up a time to do an interview for that. But he wants to do something. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason got the Kickstarter as well. That Kickstarter had like covers from him. It also had Alan Qua, Jason Sean Alexander, Suspiria. A lot of good artists that came and did covers for it. So Eric's coming at the late party.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Hey,
speaking of
buddy, man.
Kickstarters,
Sorry,
Hey,
man.
guys.
We were just
Well, now that
signing
Eric's
off.
here, let's
Hi.
Oh, did you get you a new setup?
Good news, I got a new setup. So
yay.
I get to
Yeah.
spend the next couple days setting it up. Maybe
Well, I'm gonna take off, guys. Peace,
Bye, Steve.
Eric. Take care. Everybody
Hey,
had a
buddy.
good time.
Thanks, Stevie.
Yeah, I got to head on too. So I got to get up early in the morning and drive to Charlotte. So
All
Hey,
right,
sorry
buddy.
for your
Thank
loss, Adam.
no,
Yeah.
appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Yep.
take care,
We're
Adam.
thinking about you tomorrow.
I'll stay, Eric.
All right. I
Well,
chased everybody away.
well, we was closing out, and then you come back on. I was like, "Oh man, Eric said." I was like, "Dude, oh shoot." So,
That's okay. That's okay.
well, I'm glad you got your new setup, man. It's
New computer. I went with the laptop so I can be mobile.
there. You go.
So guess what's coming with me to Heroes Con?
Yep.
Comic
Same
book.
here.
Oh, you're talking about your computer.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do a stream or something down there while we're down there for sure. think
Yeah, I
that'd be
plan
cool.
on doing like I want to try and do some daily stuff. Like I've already written down like challenges to do
Uh-huh.
while we're there, stuff to look for, that type of thing, just to make it fun digging and all that stuff. And
Oh yeah.
so it just this opens up possibilities of what we can do. So
Oh, it's gonna be a blast, man. I can't wait. Cannot wait. My cousin's in from DC, the one that's going to meet me down there and stuff. And we've been talking about it all day today, talking about everything we're going to do and everything.
One of these days, I need to sit down and write exactly what I want to do. I don't want to see a lot of celebrities and creators, maybe out one a day type of thing, you know, and nobody big. So I need to sit down and decide which ones, what books, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, it's I'm the same way. I got to figure out something out. So
I'll be sitting here thinking about how much fun it would be to be there.
we'll be thinking about you too, Johnny. You'll be
I'll
there
send
in
you
spirit.
pictures, Johnny.
Yeah.
Here's a $1 box I'm digging in.
Yeah.
Got Frozen Eric.
Am I? Oh man. All right. Well, I guess that's the because I am on the old computer here. See, it's giving me the finger. It knows.
There, yep, it knows. You were talking about it. You know, yep, it
Its
knows.
time is numbered.
But well, all right, guys, we're gonna cut it out of here, and we'll see you next weekend. Thanks, everybody.
See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
End and end.